You're listening to the Travelogue podcast on Travelogue.media.
Bem-vindo. Bienvenida.
Bienvenue.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jason. Happy birthday to you. Songa, 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 Denise, songa, Denise. Happy birthday, songa, 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 Denise, songa, Denise. Happy birthday, songa, songa, Denise, songa. Happy birthday, songa, songa, Denise, songa. Happy birthday
to you, young man. Happy birthday, Jason. Hope it's a blast. Happy Tonga Easter, young man.
Happy birthday, cuz. Love you so much. Miss you. Hope to talk to you soon. I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you have a wonderful year.
Thanks much, Jason. Happy birthday.
I'm not one to make much of a fuss about my birthday, but this time I wanted to take a moment to brag a little bit about my wonderful cousin Sarah and her husband Blaze, who left me a wonderful rendition of Happy Birthday and Tonga Sinista on my voicemail. Thank you, Sarah and Blaze, and greetings, listeners. Thanks for joining me for a special birthday edition of the Travelogue Media Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Clarl, podcasting from the United Virgin Islands. You can find me on social media. I'm Travelogue Media on Facebook and Twitter, J. Clarl on Instagram, Travelogue Podcast on SoundCloud, Travelogue.media on the web, and my email is podcast@travelogue.media. I'd always love to hear from you. I'd like to take a moment to unequivocally denounce Trump's recent ban on Muslims. This is a hateful, despicable act and needs to be put to an end. Travelogue Media does not condone or support the ban in any way, shape, or form. If you feel the same way, you can add your name to an open letter to Mr. Trump from the Avaz organization, which reads as follows. Dear Mr. Trump, this is not what greatness looks like. The world rejects your fear, hate-mongering, and bigotry. We reject your support for torture, your calls for murdering civilians, and your general encouragement of violence. We reject your denigration of women, Muslims, Mexicans, and millions of others who don't look like you, talk like you, or pray to the same God as you. Facing your fear, we choose compassion. Hearing your despair, we choose hope. Seeing your ignorance, we choose understanding. As citizens of the world, we stand united against your brand of division. Nearly 5 million people from around the world have added their names to the letter. I'll post a link in the show notes if you want to add yours. This episode of the Travelogue Media Podcast is made possible by meditation. Meditation. Sit still, be quiet. Travelogue Media would like to promote your globally responsible green business in a new podcast series on clean energy and sustainability. For more information, send email to sponsor@travelogue.media. I'd like to let listeners in the Virgin Islands know about an upcoming event on St. Thomas. Downtown Revitalization Inc. is proud to host the pre-Valentine's Art on the Town on Saturday, February 4th. Downtown Revitalization, Inc. invites everyone to come out for a day of art and creative enjoyment in downtown Charlotte-Amalia for a sweetheart of a Valentine's Art on the Town. This celebration aims to bring out the island's local and visiting art lovers to experience some of the best creativity St. Thomas has to offer. Festivities begin at 11 a.m. and last through 7 p.m. Make sure to stop by favorite galleries, art jewelers, and shops featuring artisanal merchandise from around the globe. Discover the best local painters, printmakers, and craftsmen, the arts of the Far East, amazing stone sculptures, and even visit a working artist's studio. Plan on having lunch and or dinner at one of the participating restaurants and bars that are offering Art in the Town specials. Many Main Street stores will also be offering exclusive purchases and discounts. Not to be missed is the open-air fair in Emancipation Garden, where independent local artists and craftspeople will set up for the day. There will be lots of fun for kids with puppet shows and sidewalk chalk art, face painting, and even a bouncy castle. A new facet of Art in the Town will be an entertainment venue in Roosevelt Park with a variety of performing artists. Collect beads from each participating artist. Just Imagine Shop in Palm Passage will create a bracelet for you. You can also help support Art on the Town by buying raffle tickets for lots of great prizes to be drawn on the event day. This concludes the birthday edition of the Travelogue Media Podcast. Thanks for listening. Music this week was Underwater by Silent Partner. If you enjoy this podcast, please click the subscribe button on whatever device you're listening from. Take a moment to give me a 5-star rating on iTunes. Check back for new episodes on Tuesdays. Until next time, hasta la victoria siempre. Walk tall, live free. Thanks for listening to the Travelogue Podcast. Subscribe on iTunes, Android, Google Play, or your favorite podcast application. You can support this podcast by completing the audience survey, rating on iTunes, and by making a donation. Visit paypal.me/jskmedia. Your comments, likes, and shares on social media are always appreciated. Send email to podcast@travelogue.media.